I will talk about Columbine, the medical industry, and why the medical industry should be directly sued for the actions of Columbine, why the medical industry should be sued countrywide for many things. First state that some of the kids that did Columbine were on antidepressants. Let me state a true fact. Antidepressants lower a chemical that breaks down amines or neurotransmitters or protein within the brain, which helps us feel things or have emotions. Or so what happens is when you have high MAO, it breaks down too much of the neurotransmitters, which causes depression because it causes a lacking of them. Now, on the other hand, when you lower it, it causes too much. So what happens is when someone has low MAO, if they cannot break down adrenaline, and it is a known fact, when someone has low MAO, when a stressful or hostile or any kind of environment that could cause violence can be inflicted because of the low MAO, which is the fact that when someone causes something violent, if someone has high MAO, they will likely become depressed because their MAO will break down the adrenaline and they will become low and depressed. However, someone has low MAO and there's a hostile or a threat around, they're likely to become angry, even to the point where they can't break down the adrenaline in the body, and they're likely to attack someone. And it is known that not only does it cause the high adrenaline and more hostility, it causes a lacking of empathy, and it causes violence. Antidepressants are MAO inhibitors that cause the low MAO gene to be expressed by lowering MAO, which causes violence tendencies, high adrenaline, hostility, violence, lacking of empathy. And we're giving kids these antidepressants which can cause these serious violent issues. So if this can cause, having lowering MAO could cause major violence, then how come when things like Columbine happen with some kids on antidepressants, isn't the medical industry held responsible for that? Because the medical industry makes too much money and has the hands of the pocket in the government, and that's the reason why. But in my opinion, they should be held responsible. I think both the kids that had the antidepressants, the parents of the kids that kill themselves and kill people in Columbine who were taking antidepressants, the parents should be able to sue the medical companies and get money from that. I think that the kids that died from the kids that were on antidepressants should be able to sue the medical industry for that too, because it's basically the medical industry's fault. Maybe not for all of them, but for the ones on antidepressants, yes, I would say the medical industry is negligent for that. I mean, there's a tribe in New Zealand called the Maori. They are known to be the most brutal people on earth. When they are New Zealand and the inhabitant indigenous people of there, New Zealand, and when white people, English in particular, try to colonize New Zealand, they had a hell of a time trying to beat these people because the Maori are extremely warrior-like people. They were cannibals. They were brutal. They were the best warriors. Even Hitler himself and his army said that they were the best warriors on earth. And I mean, Hitler said that Asians and everyone who was not German was shit, and they had even said that the Maori were the best warriors on earth. So, it really says something. But that low MAO gene is in the Maori, and it causes them to have a high level of violence. And it was because they first left Taiwan and went to Polynesia, and then later on went to New Zealand, and through the environment, the people who were more likely to leave, to go to the island hop, had that lower trait, and that the brutality of it let them go to the islands and face starvation and problems, and to be able to battle it. And I mean, that same trait when people take antidepressants happens, which can cause brutality and violence. Interestingly enough, the Maori people have one of the highest, I think, abuse rates in the world. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but some things are the truth, and I mean, if I'm not going to just pretend that certain things aren't the truth when they are, because that's what ignorant, stupid people do. But I think that they should be held responsible. Not only is MAO not the only cause of depression, because some people can have low MAO and still have depression and be put on them. Because there's many causes of depression. So some of these kids who are put on antidepressants may already have the low MAO trait that causes violence to begin with. Because slow thyroid, hypothyroidism could cause depression, low blood sugar, and low cholesterol. There's a whole bunch of list of other things that even post-traumatic stress. So look up post-traumatic stress is learn how to the low MAO gene. You put on these and become extremely violent. And I've had friends who were put on antidepressants, peaceful people, good people. The minute they were put on antidepressants, they went berserk and started punching people, including their parents, going around hitting people. Taking off of it, no more violence. Put back on it, there was an experiment that happened again, and the kid was going berserk, trying to hit people, and attack everyone in the sight. And it's a very real thing, and I think the medical industry should be sued for many of the things that have happened, violence, because I think every single violent act of someone on antidepressants should go to court and be able to sue the medical industry for that. And it's so fucked up with ADD. Meth, amphetamine is illegal, but also if your kid has ADD, they can take Ritalin, which is methamphetamine. I mean, what kind of crap is that? You give our, like, 5-year-olds Ritalin, basically meth, but no one else could have that? And does anyone not see something negligent about giving 5-year-olds basically meth? There's something a little wacky about that. And I think that anyone on Ritalin that causes any problems, because meth can cause violence too, should also be able to sue the pharmaceutical industry. But it's just so powerful, we don't got shit, and there's no power.